Hello everyone, this is the thebrokeafgeek speaking live from New York City. Now, I don't know where I am. What I do know is today's review. Today we're reviewing a vertical mouse. Now, for those of you that don't know what a vertical mouse is, it's like a regular mouse, but instead of gripping it like you would with your palm facing downwards, you grip it like you would shake someone's hand, so your palm is pretty much vertical, hence the name. Really simple concept. Now, why would someone use a vertical mouse? Well, here's the thing. It's very much an ergonomics problem. And it's a lot more comfortable to use a vertical mouse, at least for some people, than it is to use a traditional one. In the geek community, there's a little epidemic about, it's low self-esteem, basically, and this leads to a myriad of problems, but the one that is really relevant for this video is workspace and our neglect of it. So, and I'm a prime example of this. We neglect our workspace, and we just don't take care of ourselves, and that is wrong. So when I got this mouse, I got it with the intent that I wanted to get rid of some shoulder pain. I was getting shoulder pain from, I do a lot of 3D modeling. It's classified, but I do a lot of that, and I'm used to my touchpad, my trackpad, and I'm decently efficient with it, and a touchscreen. I'm quick, but it wears me out because my wrist is in a really awkward position. Using a traditional mouse, though, doesn't really solve my problem. I am slower, and a traditional mouse makes me uncomfortable after a couple of hours. So I looked for an alternative, and I found this Anker wired vertical mouse. Now, onto the actual product review. Specifically, this mouse, it's great. Like, bottom line, it is great. Has a lot of nifty features, especially being vertical. It's very comfortable. The texture on this, it's rubbery. It's a rubberized plastic thing, so it's not like the highest build quality, but for its price point, it's an excellent product. It feels like you're shaking someone's hand, someone you trust, only their hand is made out of plastic. And I like the form factor a lot. It's large enough for my hand and small enough for someone with smaller hands. It has a forward and backward button, which I've reprogrammed using auto hotkey. So I run a macro so I can do a couple tasks when I model faster. But it has a forward and a backward button, a DPI settings button, which unfortunately it only has 3 settings, and 2 of them are like really close together in numbers, so it's basically 2 settings, which, you know, isn't the best, but it's not a deal breaker. And I got this for $10 off Amazon. It was on a sale. You could probably get this, it ranges from $10 to $15, so it's definitely a budget-friendly product, and I'll link it down in the description. Now, a quick note about this specific model. It doesn't come for left-handed people, however, there are vertical mice for left-handed people, so, but do expect to pay a premium. Usually they cost around $5 to $6 more than their right-handed counterparts. I really wish Anker came up with a left-handed version of this, though, because it is like really good. Tracking is good, it's comfortable, I haven't had any issues, the build quality is great for the price. If I have any legitimate criticisms, it would be if the price was higher. Like, if the price were higher, I would have actual legitimate criticisms, but for the price, it's great. I do have a couple of suggestions for Anker, though. Instead of just one DPI button, you should do 2. You should do an up and a down button, and just label them as a plus and minus. And then what you do is you put in at least 4 presets, because I change DPI on the fly a lot, and it's handy to know whether you're lowering or increasing resolution, so that you can know what you're doing without having to move your mouse around to get a feel for how it's going to respond. That's one thing I would do to this mouse. More DPI settings, more DPI presets, and a up and down kind of deal for controlling it, not just a single button to cycle through them, because then you go one past the one you actually want and you have to cycle through it again, and it just eats into your productivity. So that's kind of my take on this mouse. Couple of notes though. It's not a gaming mouse. By no means will professional gamers buy this. It's good. It's good enough for casual gaming, maybe some older shooter titles, but that's about it. And on another note, buy this if you're looking for a comfortable mouse for office or work-related tasks. If you're gonna be playing games or if you're gonna do a lot of graphic design, I would suggest getting something with more DPI adjustments. But otherwise, it's a great all-around mouse. There is a wireless version that costs from $19 to $23, depending. It varies from month to month, but it's always in that price bracket, so you needn't worry. I wouldn't spring for the wireless unless you are an avid laptop user and you have a smaller laptop, or you have really limited desk space. Do note that the wireless version comes with one of those dongles, so it isn't Bluetooth, it's regular wireless RF, and you just plug in the dongle and you're golden. So, those are my thoughts on the Anker wired vertical mouse. Kind of my take on it. It is a great little mouse, and for $15, it's one of the best value for money mice out there. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you find it helpful. And as always, well, this is my second video, so I don't have an always, but I want to thank you for watching.